Hi friends, welcome back to my channel on statistics. If you are seeing my videos first time, then do subscribe. Let's go to the topic. In the before video, I explained about basics of biostatistics part 1. This video also related to the basics of biostatistics. In the basics 1 video, I mainly explained about how data classified are variables, how variables are classified into different categories. They are qualitative and quantitative, either numerical, categorical. Further, we have discrete, continuous, nominal, ordinal, all things. That is the what is the first step of statistician. First step of statistician is collection. Okay, we can see definition also. In the definition, first step is collection. After collection, classification is important. Classification. Okay, you collect some data from hospitals or different labs related to the biostatistics. After collecting the information from the primary data or secondary data, that will be another thing. After collection, second part is classification. How you are classifying the data, either graphically, either tabular form, either you can from graphical representation or tabulation, or you can representing through questionnaires. That is important. After classification, we have analysis. That will be third step we can discuss later. First, we can discuss about classification, how classified the data. See, strategies for understanding the meaning of data. In the before video, we seen how data is coming, all things also. Now we can see. In this video, I will mainly explain what is frequency table and bar chart is what is range and width of interval, histogram, polygon with examples also. First we can see, first before going to the frequency table, first we can see what is the table. Table definition: a table is a set of facts or figures systematically displayed, especially in a rows or columns. Okay, table means collection of rows and columns. In the rows where systematic, here systematically means, for example, I have 5, 3, 20 and 7, all things. I have different values. These all are discrete variables. Then I can write in ascending order or descending order. It will be the some meaningful way. Okay, this is the table definition. After collected data, raw data are classified and presented in a table called tabulation. Say, when you can write it as from one table, okay, then you can classify it into different rows, different columns. Then we can say that it is tabulation. What is the formal definition of tabulation? Means the process of presenting the classified data in a specific manner and in a orderly sequence is called tabulation. This is also you can understand. Tabulation involves a systematic arrangement. Yes, systematic, either ascending, either descending. That will be comes under the systematic in the form of rows and columns. The main objective of tabulation is present the easy to interpret and easy to understand also. By you can format the tables, all things also. You can understand complex information in easily also. Statistical tables and data tables are different concepts. Statistical tables are better known as a frequency table or frequency distribution. Now we can see some examples of frequency distribution. See, this is the my example related to the frequency distribution for discrete random variable. Means for discrete distribution means for integer values. Okay. This is my example. Suppose that we take a sample of size 16 from children in a primary school and get the following data about the number of their descent. Means how many teeth they don't have. My data is 35240135232 and so on up to, this is my data. Okay, to construct a frequency table, we need the mainly we need three columns for constructing frequency table. First we need variables. After variables, frequency. Means, for example, I am taking 0 teeth, 1 teeth, 2 teeth, 3 teeth. In the frequency I need 0. How many 0 values contain in the our my data set? Here I have only 1 0, so I got one frequency countable for 1. Here I have 1, then here I have 1, so I have two frequencies. Like this you can construct each and everything. When you can add up all frequencies, it will be equal to the our data set values. Now we can see it will be in sequence way. See, number of decides is, here I am denoting frequency, here I am getting relative frequency. After we can first we can understand what is this. Here 0 teeth decide as 1 and 1 or 2, 2 or 4, 3 or 5, 4 or 2, 5 or 2. Total we have n equal to 16. When you can add up these all observations, you can also get 16. Okay. This is the how construction frequency table. Up to here, this is frequency table. After frequency table, for example, you need relative frequencies, then you can divide frequency value, divide, for example, I am denoting this with x, then here I need x divides by small n. When I divide with 1 by 16, I got 0 0.0625, 2 by 16, I got 0 0.125, like this. When you can add up relative frequency, it must be compulsory, it will be equal to 1. Okay. When you add up all relative frequencies, your answer will be 1. This is simple example related to the discrete distribution. Now we can see how we can graphically represent this. Here, representing the simple frequency table using the bar chart. Bar chart is used for discrete distributions. We can say we can represent the above simple frequency table using the bar chart. We need sample size. We know that sample size is 16, and the number of children decides are see. Here we have 0 1 2 3 4 5. We have, see, you can observe this graph. Here we have 0 1 2 3 4 5. This is number of decides. Here how many? For example, 0 teeth are 1 and 1 teeth are 2, 2 teeth are 4, 3 are 6, 4 are 2, 5 are 2. This is the graphical representation of our data. Now we are going with the continuous. Up to now we discussed discrete data. Now we can discuss continuous data. Frequency distribution for continuous random variable. Okay. For a large sample, we cannot use the simple frequency table to construct a present. For example, I have 1000 observations. Okay. 1000 observations means it will be some large, but in software it will be too easy. Manually for constructing 1000 observations is difficult in discrete way. Now we can, for example, I have different values, 1000 values are there. Now I can represent 0 is this much values, 1 this is this much values, 2 is this much, it is 3 is different. You can take this will take lengthy process and time taking, and it will be some complex. When you can miss some value, it will be totally going to the collapse. So now for this type of data we have, one new way, that is called class intervals. Okay. See, we need to divide the data into groups or intervals or classes. So we need to determine the range. Okay, when you can understand example, you can easily understand what is says frequency distribution for continuous random variable. This is my example. The following table gives the hemoglobin level for a sample of 50 apparently healthy men ages are 20 to 24. Find the group frequency distribution for the data. Observe, these all are the my only 50 observations. Here not that 1000 also. For this 50 observations also difficult in discrete way. In continuous way you can easily solve. First we need to find range. Okay, range. For range, formula is highest value minus lowest value, maximum value minus minimum value in the data set. Here you can observe data. Here maximum value is here starting with 17, and here you can observe 17, 15, 17, 16, 18.3, 18 is there. Further we have 17. One value is there for 18. You can observe any more 18 related. Okay, my highest value is 18.3. Then I need to find lowest value 18.3. This is just give approximation only. This is not any exact. Then I need for lower limit, I have 15, 14 something is there, 13.7 also there. You can observe yearly value. Okay, you can take it at 13.7 as your lower limit. When you find the difference between upper and lower, you got approximately 5. So our class interval width should be 5. If class interval width should be 5, it will be meaningful way. Now I will show you how to construct. First we have class interval, then frequency. Okay, in the class interval, first I am taking as 13.7 as my lower limit, means I am considering as 13 to interval width is 15, so it will comes under 18. You can take exclusive or inclusive based on your interest. After 18 to I add up 5, then I got 23. Okay, like this way also you can do. Otherwise you can take width as a 1 or 2 also. If you take width as a 13 to 15, 13 to 15, 15 to 17, here you can get one more class also, then 17 to 19. Then you can, for example, we have 17 comes under here, this class, third class interval. 17.1 also here. Then you can count all number of values comes here, then you can formulate it. This is called the frequency distribution for continuous distributions. See, this is one example related to the frequency distribution. It will be not related to this question. See, here I have class interval and frequencies. Cumulative frequencies add up. When you can add here 11 plus 56 is 57. Okay, then 127 add up with 45, then you can get 188 add. Here some values are missing. How you can find this value means 127 minus 57, 127 minus 57. Okay, 0. Okay, here you got 70. Some values are missing, you can find your way also. This is the way of frequency distribution. How you can get relative frequency means divide frequency value with total frequency, then you can get relative frequency. For cumulative relative frequency means you can divide 11 with 189. Okay, you can complete this table also, easy way to understand. Now we can see how we can represent graphically, means this is the graphical way of continuous distribution, that is histogram. Okay, histogram. By using a histogram we can plot continuous data. Here we have class intervals. See, up to here we are taking like this. From here onwards we are starting. Here I am taking the mid values of the given data. When you find the mid value of 30 to 39, you can get 34.5. Here class interval difference is 5, 10. Then I can add up with 10. Finally I got 84.5. In 34.5, how many values I have? 11, 46, 70. See, here 11, 46, here 70, like this. You can, based on upon your data, you can you can use different ways also. For you need frequency polygon, then you can use just, see, in the middle you are right like this. Sorry, in the middle, when you are crossing middle, it will becomes under the frequency polygon. This value becomes to the your data mode also. Okay, we can discuss this also in later classes. Okay, up to now we discuss only related to the quantitative data. We cannot discuss qualitative data. Qualitative data discussed in later video. I think up to now you have clear all things related to the quantitative data, how we can represent quantitative data and all things also. From the next I will start qualitative, then we are moving to the descriptive statistics analysis. There are mean, median, mode, then measures of dispersion, all things also. Here we can use softwares also for biostatistics or statistics. Most important softwares are R and Excel, MS Excel. Then for biostatistics, SAS and SPSS. These two are not open source. We need to buy license also. For R and Excel are some open source cracked versions are available for Excel also. Okay, SAS is not open source and SPSS also not open source. We need to buy license. You can download it cracked versions also. For biostatistics, most useful softwares are SAS and SPSS. Okay, statistical analysis software and statistical package for social sciences. R is general purpose programming language. We can use biostatistics also in R also. I will tell you commands also in R how we can apply mean, how we can do median, all things also. Thank you for watching. If you have any queries, contact me.